The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.
Thank you so much for watching. This is The Deep Talk. My name is Mr. Henry, and today we're going to talk about starting small. Abavubuka abasinga now and abesawa zino. You know you have to do something. You know you have to do something to earn an income. But the most difficult part is how to start. Some of you are afraid of starting small. Mwina mukali bananda babatya bagenda kunzala wa binakola. Now, today I have someone who has been through that entire process. They have started. I want to believe that at some point they failed. They felt like they've invested in wrong things, but regardless, they are here and they're still standing and making it very big. Today, I have Dr. Innocent Nahabwe, who is the CEO for GalaxyFM Limited, who is the CEO for Kagwirawo Sports Betting. Binjibana is sobola bimalayo. Doctor.
Oh,
it's such a pleasure to have you.
Henry, I'm pleased to be here.
Nyambo bimenyereyo byendeseyo atulabe sawa zino bya.
There are a few smaller things. Tuchagezaho kuyiyo obutono.
I want to ask, do you remember the first business you invested in?
I can't say I can remember the first, because essentially it's like a process. Because anything, so long as you're able to sell something, and then that you sell gives you money, essentially you have started. So we can probably go backwards to even, I think, P7, where money gives you some, helps you make some kabaragara, you sell it, and then you are able to make some money off it. That still is smaller business. And quite many of the businesses we see around actually have started that way. If you see Move It now where it is, you can't believe they actually used to mix Vizigo in a basin. And me, I went there when they were still mixing in a drum.
Yeah.
When you see if a lot of the businesses that we see now and say, hey, wow. When you see quality supermarket. When Red Pepper was starting around 2001, our office was next to Quality Supermarket. It was a shop, a big shop on Martin Road. Now see where they are. So literally everything that we see, much as we only like to see the colors and things that shine, a lot of them started really, really small.
I'm wondering, at what age did your mind open up to start investing money, if you can remember?
I don't think it was really investing. Investing makes it sound very sophisticated. It was trying to find something that can actually give money, because even through school, high school, by the time I was in senior 3, I was escaping from school and gathering sugarcane, pancakes, etc. from the weekly market, and then you come and sell. And that time, you can imagine, you're talking about, say, 95, 96. And you go and get a pancake and you're selling it 500 shillings, because food was not allowed. It was a seminary. Food was not allowed from outside. Who are actually not allowed even to have money. So it was terribly illegal. But now, because it is illegal, when I get you a pancake, and then you have not tasted the pancake and you have your 1,000, you're like, give me 2. So that's really like selling a pancake now, maybe at around 10,000 or 5,000. But it was that big. But now, so through school, I was actually selling things.
When you decided to go big now on the businesses, I'm sure there are points where you failed, but I want to ask, for the purposes of someone who is watching this discussion, how hard, what are some of those things you look back onto and you're like, this was hard for me, I almost gave up? How hard was it for you when you were starting out?
I think the hardest is making the decision to go. To just say, I'm starting. Because most people will not start. They are boiling with ideas, they have so many things going in their head, but when they put in the math, they just see challenges and problems. And the challenges are our brain works such that we see the wrong things, because we are really made up of many hormones, and it's a chemical problem. Essentially, they are boiling in there. So the bad things leave lasting marks on our body.
Yeah.
So where you see failure, where you see problems, that's where you see those are very memorable.
Yeah.
So when you say I'm going to start it, whatever it is, the first thing you see, how will I fail? A lot of us hate failing.
True.
So the biggest decision is really the biggest challenge. Is when do I start? How do I start? Because often you do the math, you write down, you move around, and eventually you don't start. Many things have never been started.
Yeah.
At one time, I wanted to invest in tourism. I went around, moved around, went to the parks. I realized the ones which were doing very well were the ones which had Bazungu managers.
Yes, yes.
So you look at it and you're like,
I have a feeling that at some point you're actually going to invest in tourism, but let's keep our eyes on that.
hoping so. So there are many things. This time I was really ready to invest in a pharmacy, a human pharmacy. I moved around, got a place, indeed come have a look at it. And eventually I did the math. I was like, do I want to have all this trouble of waking up every day, chasing and counting Panadol?
Yes.
And I had invested in a lot of time, including the plans, but I just never did. So the biggest challenge is actually being able to start. And once you start, we have a huge problem in Uganda where everybody is looking for a way to make an extra buck, but not legally.
Yeah.
So you start, and the very first day you open, most people know that you actually don't know the business you're doing.
Yeah.
So I can tell you, for example, the first day we opened at Virgin Island.
Virgin Island is a business of around
2009.
9.
The first day we opened, after spending all the last coin that I had, and I had 3 other guys I was working with, and we were running out of money. Even stock was a problem. That night we were full. The place was full to capacity. The artists came through. All of them were our friends.
Yeah.
All of them came through. Salvador, Chameleon, all of the people who were on radio at that time were coming through because I was also in the media.
Yeah.
We had a busy night. Everything worked. But at the end of the night, we could not even replace the stock. Because we had gotten guys from town, they were waitresses, barmen, etc. from other places. They knew how to run the bar. We did not. So the first day, the first business you do, the first workers you bring, you are more experienced than you.
Yeah.
And in Uganda, you easily go. So some waitresses came for that very day and never returned. And I'm told that happens to literally every bar that opens. The first day you open, you push heavily, you have the launch, people come up, the next day you don't even have money to replace the stock, even when you have had the money. So that's the biggest challenge of thieves, really. And of course, going into a business you don't know, so you don't know the in and out, so it takes time. It's a huge expensive lesson.
This is not a planned question, but as you were speaking, it actually came up. So if you're investing, you have a bar here, you have food, then you have a media house. Now you have a background where when you started a bar kubba. How do you stay woke in your business to make sure that you actually know what's going on? Because this side it's radio, media, then this side it's food, and then the bar.
I have learned that you cannot stop it completely.
Yeah.
But what you usually do is establish systems.
Yeah.
Know that the equation is actually very small.
Yeah.
What they call balancing. Everybody talks about balancing. But balancing is essentially about seeing the stock you have, you add the stock you're buying, you subtract the stock you have sold. I mean the stock you have at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Once you subtract it, you get the sales you have made that day. You
Yes.
see whether the sales add up and they are equal to what you actually, because you have now the physical cash you have collected, but then you're using the equation to determine how much money you expect. So you get what you bought, the things you added, what you opened with, because you opened with something in one day.
True.
So you get what you opened with, you add the additions you have bought, maybe assuming it is a kiosk. You know that yes, natandise n'amandazi 10. Netukolayo amandazi 15. Kati amandazi gonna gendina gaweze 25. Kati kwago 25. Means at the end of the day netujjako agasigaddeko ogwo olunaku luwedde. So wasigaddeko katugeze wasigaddeko amandazi 5. Kati gojjako byonna by'obadde olina opening stock plus additions, give you the total stock minus the closing stock, you get the sales. So bw'obijjako oba olaba sente zibalansinga. So bw'omala kukifuna n'olaba zigata. Actually, this is very easy to do even a P6 person because addition and subtraction is no multiplication. So it's very, very simple.
Uganda as a country has
so
the
once
record.
You get the systems,
yeah.
then you know expectations and you know, because otherwise they can bring in their own stock and actually sell their own stock and your stock keeps getting dead. So you know the systems. Usually when you're starting, I go in and make sure I'm doing it myself. So you understand how it runs.
Yeah.
So eventually you know that on Monday, tukolayo nze abadde atuddewo kutiira so nazeebalidde. So Monday tukolayo nga mitwalo 2. Wednesday tukolayo nga 3. So nobeerawo nga wiiki zo nga 3. Bw'oba olina omulimu bulala n'ogupowa n'ofuna leave n'omanya nti no nkitegedde n'ofuna trend n'ofuna system. Omala eventually after some time n'obeera ng'osobola kutunula abantu bw'oti n'omanya nsuubirayo bweziti ate ogenda kusanga nga zeezo. And of course cameras biyambako okubeera ng'olina basupplier si bino nti no nzije muno ngende ngula obuntu n'obeera ng'olina basupplier nti no esente basasulwa ng'asasula tiyakujja mu draw ate n'asasula. So things like that, eventually you get the hang of it and understand. But you can't weed it out completely. But you know the expectations and you know this business so long as obubbi busigadde nga buli within these limits tubeera nga tuli okay.
Ugandans have a problem. Wembanga manyi Dr. Innocent ng'atadde wano let's say boutique. Wenfunamu obusente, the first thing I'm going to do is open next to you. We are lazy thinkers, we are not innovative. Twagala kukola ebintu betulabyeko already ebikola. With the businesses you've invested in, the diversity that you as a person has, for that one person atanaba kubaako na business atandika, how do they identify the ideal opportunity to invest in without being copied? Boutique nange nteke wano boutique.
Kati, the best opportunity is wherever you see a problem that people have in the community, that's opportunity. And it can be anything. If, for example, you go to an area and everybody's building in that area, I think wabagula ebintu wala. So the problem is tewaliwo ogula ebintu eby'okuzimba ate ekyalo kirimu kuzimba. That's opportunity. If you find it is a school, nga ku ssomero teri alinawo katugeze abaana baletaga kyakunywa ku break n'olaba nga ku break abaana bafuluma ne batambula ne bakrosinga ekkubo. That's opportunity. So every problem then becomes an opportunity for you to do something. So that's where you see. Now about copycats, I don't think anybody should be afraid of competition. Actually, adjacency is good. If you check, you'll find that it's not just only here. In every town you go to, there's where a set of businesses sit. You'll find, even if it is Juba, South Africa, Dubai, wherever you go, you'll find that there is where electronics are sold. So the copycat is normal. And it's actually good because it means everybody who wants that kind of thing goes to that same area. So if you're going to start a bar, it's good to look at the bar road where all other bars are going. You have a better chance. If you're selling spares, you need to be in Chiseka because everybody who wants spares goes to Chiseka. If you're selling stationery, you need to be on Nkrumah Road because everybody who wants stationery will go to Nkrumah Road. So that copycat thing is not a problem. There is popular businesses are popular for a reason.
Yeah.
But the big thing that when you go into those businesses, you need to actually have your own, what they call unique selling proposition, your own thing that gives you an edge. It's called unique selling proposition. So that your thing that you're bringing is a bit different from the others. If, for example, they're hardwares, there should be people who have hardwares. There are many.
Yeah.
But now for you, do you actually bring genuine things? Can you be able to compete on price and yours are cheaper? Is it about quality? Can you be able to deliver? Like when you buy from me, I deliver for you. Can you call me and I make for you, I make for you an order and deliver? Can I open 24 hours? Because by 5 o'clock, most hardwares are closed.
Yeah.
If it is a restaurant, it's the signature dish. What do you have? Chibagamba ntine nkoko yono eoma, oba embuzi yono eoma. How are you going to do it? How are you going to plate it? How are you going to serve it?
Yeah.
Do you be the one who gives a lot of food or who gives the most trending food, the food which people can take a picture of? What are you doing differently? And that's the...
Guys, thank you so much for watching the Deep Talk. Do feel free to leave your comment in the comment section below. And if you've just stumbled upon this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. As we're winding up, Doctor, many people wonder whether it's motivation, inspiration, or success that actually gives you a firm grip when you're starting out, because there are high chances that when you start up you're going to fail, because while we're going to be over to man, you have to figure out a few things here and there, but that is what is that one thing that will keep you okulemerako? Is it motivation, okubanga maybe wamwe muri bavu ngoyagala ofune sente, oba okubanga you've aged, now you know you have to do a business? So is it the discipline? Is it inspiration? In your experience, what do you think it is?
I think it's not just one thing. Actually, the worst teacher, the worst thing that can keep you moving is success, because success is a very bad teacher.
Yeah.
It makes you proud. It makes you think you know a lot of things.
Yeah.
So the worst thing to any business is succeeding from the word go, because then you don't dig deep enough. You kind of feel it is easy and you get arrogant. So some things which you should be putting in place, you probably won't put. Some controls you should be putting in place, you probably won't put. So success is not something that is going to help your chances. Failure does a lot better, because for it, you see the problems, you understand, you look at them. But of course, most of us don't handle failure very well. But also, most of the things which drive us is the difference between where we want to be and where we are. Often, all of us wake up with big aspirations. Humans are naturally aspirational. So you want to come from A to B. The difference between this is how much your inspirational, your drive and passion will be. So a lot of people who probably say, "Nze taata alinawo sente bwe njagala ennyumba ng'agula bwe mbanje," often those will find a problem being motivated. So why should I? But when you know that your next meal will only be available when you actually deliver, then you'll actually wake up and know that you have to work. You know that you don't need any motivation. You don't need any inspiration. You know that you have to. Sometimes you find that being strong is easy when you know that being strong is the only option you have. Then you have no choice. You just have to.
Definitely.
You just have to.
I hope you've pictured it. This is not just any ordinary conversation. It's actually a deep talk. And my name is Mr. Henry. See you next time. Coming up in our next episodes, we'll be having Cindy, we have Eddie Kenzo, we have Shiba Karunji, we have Amos Wekesa lined up. Let me know if there is any particular person who I got a conversation, drop them in the comment section. My name is Mr. Henry, and have a good time.